Hey guys, Mars Thinking here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so we've just had an update in the news today to officially announce the release of the blue Goku and Vegeta, the blue boys, EVOKEN, whatever you want to call them, Super Saiyan Blue KAIOKEN Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. So we normally get these teasers in the news a few days or so before the units come out. And if we check the dates in the news and stuff for the celebrations, we should be getting the news for the new celebration, I think tonight, or at least tonight for me. So it's already the morning of the 2nd. So we should be getting the news update either tonight or tomorrow night. So basically within the next either 16 hours or add another 24 hours on top of that, we should get the actual news update that gives all the information about the celebration. So the fact that these guys are being announced now means that they should be dropping fairly soon. This kind of fills the time slot for where Super Saiyan Blue KAIOKEN dropped last year. So it really does call into question whether or not there will be a global first this year. But I'm doing a separate video discussing that with some of the 59 gaming guys. So I won't dwell on that too much in this video. But yeah, so this is coming. So this is the banner, and it is not great. Actually, let's open this up in a proper thing like this. There we go. So we covered this briefly in the video that I put up yesterday about what we can expect for December. We get a new Krillin, the LR obviously, the Go Bros are on there, Beerus, Transforming Vegeta and Goku, Blue Evolution Vegeta, Jiren, Old School UI Goku, and the Angel Golden Frieza. Now the thing is, the Blue Boys, they are good, right? I'm certainly not going to argue that they're not good, but I do think that they are somewhat overhyped. And especially, I mentioned this again in the video yesterday, especially for most people, if you do go in on their banner, even if you don't go crazy hard on it, if you get lucky enough to pull one copy of them, they're not amazing at 55%. They can get a bunch of additional normal attacks if you pick up Rainbow Orbs, but unless you put skill orbs into them, being a physical unit, they're not going to be able to crit. So there's going to be certain instances, especially when they have type disadvantage, that they're not going to be doing a ton of damage. Obviously some LRs are still ridiculously busted at 55%, but I think these guys suffer a little bit with the link set that they have. So something that Global needs to bear in mind, and this is something that we see a lot where it either happens drastically or it just doesn't happen at all, is whether or not they're going to change this banner at all. Because I feel like they really need to make this banner more hype if they want people to summon on it. Obviously Wales will summon on it regardless, but there's just so many units on here that you don't want, right? Like, so for me, for example, if we start from Golden Frieza and work our way this way for the featured units, we get all the way up to Beerus before I actually need any of them. So Go Bros, Vegeta, Goku, Vegeta, Jiren, UI, Frieza, all rainbowed for me. Beerus, I think, has one dupe for me. And then obviously these two are brand new units. So even if you're getting like a guaranteed featured animation, there's a bunch of featured units on this banner that you really don't want. So like I said, it's kind of hard for me to really justify saying that you should go in on this banner. Especially because the Christmas version will come out probably on Christmas Eve if it's the same as last year, which will have the Blue Boys and Krillin, as well as the 5-year anniversary LR fusions. So if you were going to throw like a couple of 100 stones or whatever at a banner, I would probably say that one would be better to go for than this one, unless they do change it drastically. So that is definitely something that I think everyone should bear in mind. I'll probably do like a few summons on it. It depends what sales we get, I guess, as well. But I might do like one small summon video and then just kind of leave it at that, because again, this is an instance where I do feel like the Christmas version of this banner with the LR fusions on it is probably slightly better value, because it also has the Go Bros if you need them. And then, of course, it still has these 2 new units. So it's hard to say, because Global, I feel like they really do need to make at least one change to this banner. Like, drop one of these bad units that nobody wants and put Kefla on here. And immediately the banner becomes more attractive to summon on, because most people won't have gone crazy ham on the only banners that Beerus has been on so far. Kefla hasn't come back yet. I feel like that would make the banner much more attractive. But let me know what you guys think down below. Who do you think they could add that would actually make the banner hype? Tech Ultimate Gohan is a big draw, but he doesn't fit the theme at all. But then I guess, to be fair, the Gobros being on here don't really fit the theme either. So I guess there's no reason why they couldn't do that. But I guess we will see. So then the other thing in the news is them officially announcing the new stage for this, the free-to-play Peppy Gals event, adding in 2 new units. Is it Kakunsa? I don't think I've ever said her name out loud before, because even when watching Super back when it first aired, I couldn't care less about Ribrienne and her magical girls. So Kakunsa and Rosie are coming. Free-to-play units that do both get easy A's, and then the STR Ribrienne gets an easy A as well. And honestly, they're not terrible units. So Kakunsa has a special pose leader skill as well as an AGL types sub-lead. She infinitely stacks attack, causes supreme damage to the enemy, and lowers attack, which is an interesting combo. I don't know if I can actually remember off the top of my head a unit that lowers attack as well as infinitely stacking attacks. That's kind of interesting. Attack and defense 80%, special pose category allies key 2, and attack and defense 22%. 22% is kind of random, plus an additional defense 22% at the start of each turn, and a high chance of stunning the attacked enemy when there is an ally whose name includes Ribrienne or Rosie attacking in the same turn. So it just says plus an additional 22% at the start of each turn. Does that stack? I feel like it would say specifically if it did. Because that would be insane if it was just 22% at the start of every turn. Because, yeah, then that would be quite insane. But it's just worded weirdly. It doesn't say specifically that it does. I feel like they would mention this down here. But it does not say. So, I mean, she's pretty decent. Obviously, these units are designed to be run together, because Rosie has a very similar passive. So she also has special pose leader skill and then int types. She infinitely stacks defense and then lowers defense. She also gives special pose category allies 2 key at 22%, and she gets an additional 22% at the start of the turn and seals enemies' super attacks when there is an ally whose name includes Ribrienne or Kakunsa. So if you farm both of these 2 up and easy A them and then run them as a rotation together, they have, I think, just by looking at it quickly between the 2, they have the exact same link set, which obviously means all of their links will be active if you put them next to each other. They buff each other because they're both in special pose, so they're both going to be getting attack and defense 44% from the combination of both of their passives. And then they're getting extra attack and defense. Rosie seals and Kakunsa can stun. So these 2 together, when they're easy aid, could actually be a very good rotation. The only problem is, not a lot of people care about these characters, so I don't know what team you're really going to run them on, other than special pose, maybe, but does anyone even run that team? I know people weren't crazy about the thank you celebration, so I don't know how many people actually summoned for Gotenks and Boo. And then Peppy Gals, I mean, no one really runs the team. It doesn't have a proper, like, Dokkan Fest leader, and the Super Battle Road stage is probably one of the easiest ones now that we have some ridiculous units on that category. So they're good units, but I don't feel like they're really needed for anything. So they are free to play, of course, so we will farm them up and get them done. The easy A from an Extreme Z area. The good thing about them being free to play, of course, is the fact that you can farm up the second copy Super Attack 5 and get them fed in to get the free full easy A Super Attack 15 without having to worry about Kais or anything. Because I know that's one of the things that people don't like about Extreme Z areas, is once you're finished with the unit, if you don't get any Kais from it, so you have to use your own resources if you want to get them to Super Attack 15. So these guys are at least free to play. And then of course the STR Ribrienne is getting an easy A as well, so you can farm up the extra copy of her So I mean, pretty decent for the free-to-play side of things. And then obviously this is the main draw. It'll be interesting to see how much they announce when they do announce the actual full celebration details. Because the Christmas Dokkan Fest banner that came out last year wasn't announced until the Part 2 news announcement went up. So it'll be interesting to see how much is actually announced in the Part 1 news update. Hopefully, as I said in the video yesterday, hopefully we're going to get the 10 stages of Super Battle Road. Really hope that they do that for Part 1 and don't save that for Part 2. Because, I mean, if you don't want to summon on this banner and you don't care about the free-to-play units, in terms of the actual content that we're getting, Part 1 could be quite disappointing unless they really do throw in some interesting things. Hopefully we get Kale and Caulifla's Easy A or the Topo and Dispo Easy A. Ideally we get both of them, but I could imagine them splitting them into Part 1 and Part 2. But we will have to wait and see. So let me know what you guys think about the banner. Are you going to be summoning? What do you think about the free-to-play units? Do you care about them at all? I know some people probably don't. But yeah, let me know in the comments section down below. And of course, I will update you guys as soon as we have any more news on the celebration and everything that will be coming. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the link to my Discord in the description below. Feel free to join in the fun over there, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.